This is the Chrissy Swan Show.
You know who should be popping into her local Baker's Delight because she has been papped out and about in a big shopping centre?
Are we talking about Katy Perry, Swanee?
The great Katy Perry. I think she would really love the little 4-pack of custard scrolls. She could share it with her daughter and there's 7,000 people in her entourage. Also, why haven't we got a cheesy mite scroll in the hands of Katy Perry?
I was going
Aussie
to
classic.
say she should be consuming the Aussie classic to kick off her Aussie tour. I mean, she was seen feeding a tiger. Maybe she could feed a tiger a Vegemite scroll.
I don't think tigers should be eating that.
Why?
I don't think tigers should be eating that. I think they're, carnivores.
Oh. But for the sake of Katy Perry and a photo op.
That's true. She'd be very cranky, actually, because the Paps have been stalking her, as they do here in Australia, as they do everywhere, really. But they have photographed her with her daughter. Now, maybe we don't know anything about her daughter. She's very, very private. We don't know what she looks like. We don't know how old she is, really. Do you know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah.
And I think she's going to be very cranky because the laws that exist in America do not exist here.
Yes.
Which is more the pity, and she might have just assumed that that understanding would cross borders, but it does not.
No, they have to blur the faces of children in America, don't they?
They do, yeah.
Yeah, that's a shame. Well, it's really exciting that she's in the country, Swanee. She's kicking off tonight in Sydney. She's got a run of 15 shows. Our resident DJ, Scudder, has put together a mega mix for after 3 o'clock.
Oh, awesome. I love that stuff.
I know, same, of all of our favourite Katy hits. But next, Mystic Chrissy, 13-24-10, if you would like your mind read. Now, Mystic Chrissy, what Katy Perry song am I about to play now?
Teenage Dream. Raw.
Yeah, there we go.
It's not up on the screen at all.
There he is in our country, Australia.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
Tell you what, Jack, if you continue to be at the bar getting tipsy, you're never going to have enough spending money for Europe.
Well, why would you tell me that with only 4 or 5 weeks to go?
Well, that's my job as Mystic Chrissy. You're listening to the Chrissy Swan Show on Nova. Let's do this. Ooh, that is the wrong intro, but I like it.
We're getting straight into it. Just joking, here's the right intro.
Specsavers is helping Chrissy with her mystical visions. Should have gone to Specsavers.
Liz is.
Hello, Chrissy and Jack. How are you?
We're very good, thank you.
Great.
On your birth certificate, Liz, it says Elizabeth.
Correct, Chrissy.
There was a time.
Only Mum will call me that, though.
It is a beautiful name. You should insist. My sister's name is Elizabeth, and every time I hear it, I just think, wow, what a win.
It's a great name. The name of the queen.
You weren't always keen on Liz, though.
Chrissy, that is true. I used to get called Lizzie, and I used to hate it when I was little. I used to say, my name is Elizabeth.
And you're not that you don't love Liz anymore, but you're just like, oh, well, my life's nearly over. I'll just settle for it.
I just run with it, rolling with the punches.
There was something very specific that you were looking for, and of all places, you found it at Best and Less.
That's not, yeah, Easter pajamas. Well,
Yeah.
not that long ago.
At Best and Less, Liz.
And you were like, wow, Best and Less, who'd have thunk it?
Yeah, for the kids. You're right.
Yeah.
They had hot cross buns on them.
Great, how
That's
cute.
a great get, Mystic, because that's very specific.
It is. It is.
You come from a slightly dysfunctional family. Sorry to tell you, Liz.
That could not be more true.
Let's delve into those family traumas. Mystic, what else? What's going on?
Dysfunctional as they come.
Just generally off, and I know that you and I can talk like this, Liz, but did you know Jack, his whole family are really normal. There is no dysfunction there at all, and frankly, it's a miracle to me.
That's unheard unheard of these days, to be honest.
And if there
Agreed.
is any dysfunction, I like to be the one that causes it.
Oh, of course.
Your
It's a bit
dad,
like
though,
that,
Liz,
isn't
your dad was adamant when you were learning to drive that you would not get an automatic license. You would learn manual.
Oh, not quite, because we only had autos.
That's very wrong. Your feet are pretty abnormal.
Oh my God, Chrissy, I have got the most ugly toenails of all time. And bunions.
Liz, if you've got bunions, mate, at least get a pedicure. Try.
Oh, no, I just cover them up now. I've given up all hope.
Okay, well, I've given up all hope on this segment because foot chat wigs me out.
Jack, you can't present feet with bunions to an unsuspecting foot beauty girl.
You've got a VIP Specsavers voucher and $250 cash. What do you mean?
Spend it at the podiatrist, please.
Oh, thank you guys. Yes,
Thanks,
I will. And Chrissy,
Liz.
also, I just
Yeah.
wanted to pass on my condolences about Gingy.
Oh,
We lost
it's-
We lost a pet in our house last week, so I've been thinking of you and feeling your hurt.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
I will never forget Miley Cyrus telling us that the phrase, let's pretend it's not the end of the world, was written about the time her mum went on holidays without her. I'll never forget it.
It's just so unserious from Miley. I would expect a deep, dark meaning to that song.
And she delivered it absolutely deadpan.
tell
As
you-
fact, this is it.
Tell you what is the end of the world.
What?
Her father dating
Oh.
Liz Hurley.
Man, unbelievable.
I'd love
cover
a song
off
about
in-
that.
Let's cover that off in clickbait later because she has weighed in on that. But in the meantime, 13-24-10. Do you try the new things at Macca's? I really need to know because I was pulled up at the drive-through 3 days ago. And I get to that point specifically because I need a Big Mac and / or a quarter pounder. That's why I'm there,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So that is the itch that I need to scratch. I saw on those big LED screens, Tennessee barbecue, new double Tennessee barbecue. And I thought, I'm sure it's delicious. As we say,
Oh,
McDonald's
no
is our
doubt.
favourite restaurant. I'm
Best
sure
restaurant in
it's
the world.
I'm sure it's delicious. But there is not a situation that I can foresee in the future or have been in the past where at that moment I am at the drive-through, I am ready to say, can I please have a Big Mac and a quarter pounder, where I would not say those words and instead I would say, I'm going to have a double Tennessee burger.
Unless you're Zach Bryan, no one's doing that. Like, Macca's has reached Everest with the Big Mac, nuggets, and the quarter pounder.
I agree. And it is such a specific craving when it gets into your
is.
head. You're like, oh, okay, well then I've got to do this now.
Do you have an order that you make when you're feeling like, I feel a bit guilty going the full Big Mac, I'm going to go for an alternative? Because I do. Mine's the McChicken. If I don't want to go full balls to the walls with a Big Mac and 6 nuggets, I go a McChicken because it's got the tick. Don't know what that tick is, but it's got a tick.
It's got the tick. That tick would mean flavour. That's it. No, my order is the same every single time, and it is 2 burgers. That's it. I don't waste valuable real estate on fries or a drink. I get 2 burgers. I get a Big Mac. Oh my God, I'm salivating thinking about it.
Same.
I get a Big Mac and a quarter pounder, and that's it. I thought the only way. Oh, we've got Anthony. Anthony, come in,
Chrissy.
spinner. You are an early adapter. You will try something new.
Every time something new comes to McDonald's, I always try it.
Okay, so have you tried the Tennessee barbecue?
Yes, I have.
What? I don't understand, Anthony. I thought the only way that I would actually try a new thing, like I haven't even tried the Angus beef. Like that's when I stopped trying things. Actually, no, the McFeast was the last new thing that I tried, and that doesn't even exist anymore. I thought the only way that I would order something that wasn't a Big Mac or a quarter pounder would be if I also ordered the Big Mac and the quarter pounder as an insurance policy.
It's always good when you get new things from McDonald's. A lot of them are really good.
What's the most recent new thing you tried, Anthony? Was it that Tennessee burger or no?
The Tennessee burger and the chocolate custard pie.
Oh, I saw that. See, desserts are different. I think you can try the desserts, but when it comes to the burgers, I just would never. Do you order your normal order as well as the new burger just in case?
No.
Wow.
And Anthony, out of 10, how would you rate the Tennessee burger?
I'd rate it a good 8 out of 10.
Okay.
And what is your favourite burger there? Let's get a scale.
A quarter pounder with Big Mac sauce on it.
Oh, my God. And that's a 10, yeah?
Yeah, that's 10 out of 10 all the time.
Anthony,
So weren't you sad then if you've just passed up a 10 for an 8?
A little bit. It was a little bit dissatisfying, but it was good overall.
Have you ever gone to the end of the drive-through, eaten it in the car park, and then got back into the drive-through and got your quarter pounder with Big Mac sauce?
No.
Baker's Delight voucher for you, Anthony. I want to go to Danny Swanee. Danny, what's this Biscoff you're talking of?
Okay, so I'm a massive fan of Biscoff, and so I hunt Biscoff down, like, no matter where it is. So when Macca's brought out those little pop things, they're like a little round pop thing. They're still available. And so I went up to the drive-through window and I said, can I please have one? And he said, he goes, we're out of stock, but I've got a frozen one. And I'm thinking, oh, okay, well, that's fine. So he gave it to me, no bag, just as is. And so I took it home and I put it in the microwave and I'm thinking it'll be fine, but it turned to rubber and nothing. And then I'm realising you probably have to put it in like a deep fryer.
Oh, yeah, it's got to come from the magical McDonald's kitchen, yes.
The best one with the Biscoff at Macca's was they were selling, you know how you get the apple pie? So they've got like a Biscoff pie. Right?
Oh, God.
Yeah, so they do.
But see, I love the apple pie so much, I couldn't ever order a different sort.
No, and also, Swanee, with desserts at McDonald's, the main meals are just so good. I'd rather get extra nuggets or something, a savoury addition,
I agree.
than trying the dessert.
Let's finish with Nat from Ringwood. You are brave, but it doesn't always work out. Is that right?
That is correct, Chrissy. Do not ever change your order because I always regret it when I do.
Then what are you doing, Nat? You must also get your standard order as an insurance policy.
Well, I should, but I don't. But, when they advertise and the pictures and the ads come on and they look so fresh and juicy and, oh, yeah, I'm going to love this. I can't wait to try it.
Nat,
Always
what is your favourite thing there? What is your favourite order?
My favourite order is a quarter pounder with chips and a Big Shack.
Repeat after me. My name is Nat.
My name is Nat.
And every time I'm at Macca's, I am going to order only my favourite things.
Order only my favourite things. Thank you, Gracie.
Good girl, Natty.
You have got yourself a Baker's Delight voucher. Go and get yourself something sweet from there. Next, we're giving away $1,000 cash in Swan's Scroll Song.
The Chrissy Swan Show. The Chrissy Swan Show.
Big ups to Baker's Delight. And speaking of...
Try a new sticky cinnamon scroll baked fresh daily at your local Baker's Delight.
Swan's Scroll Song.
Yes, ma'am.
If you haven't tried one of the new sticky cinnamon scrolls, shame on you. Get to Baker's Delight before the week is done and you will not regret it. Hello, Ash.
Hi, how are you?
I'm so good. Welcome to my kitchen. I've got all my dough here and my glaze and lots of cinnamon things. And
Thank you. Happy to be here.
I am whipping up an amazing scroll song for you. I've got two and I'm scrolling them into one.
Well done. I'm ready.
You've got your listening ears on.
I do. I'm child-free, so let's see how I go.
Oh, how lovely. I won't take any more of your time. Enjoy your solitude.
You.
If you guess both songs, that's $1,000 cash. If you only guess one, that's $500. And even if you guess none at all, we'll still give you a little kiss and a cuddle and $200 cash. How does that sound?
Amazing. What a treat.
All right. It's quiet. Breathe. Have a listen.
Okay.
When you recognise one, just say it.
Shout it out.
Call Me When You Wake Up. I think it's Selena Gomez, Benny Blanco, and Gracie Abrams.
Oh, wow. That's good. That's one. That's $500. He's listening.
It is Call Me When You Break Up, just so you know, though, Ash, but we're going to give it to you.
Of course we are.
Oh, I mean, I got the artist right.
Yeah.
Carry me
All the small things, Blink-182.
Yes, Ash!
How good is $1,000 cash, Ash?
How good!
That's amazing.
How good is today? No kids and $1,000.
Oh my God, I got sweaty palms.
Gosh, you're good at this. You are really good at this.
Oh, look, I'm a big Coldplay fan, so I was like, oh, if there's anything Coldplay, I'm going to nail it. But Blink-182 is just as good.
You are amazing. Enjoy your $1,000 and make sure you get to Baker's Delight and get one of those sticky cinnamon scrolls. You'll lose your mind.
I will. My son loves Baker's Delight, so he's going to love that. Thank you so much.
Register via the Nova Player app if you'd like to play tomorrow.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
Let's talk Post Malone.
Chrissy's Clickbait.
Actually, I'm burying the lead because within the next 5 minutes, we are going to be talking about Post Malone, but also we're going to cover off either end of the spectrum of my loves and dislikes. We're going to be talking Meghan Markle and Brooke Shields and how they could possibly be intertwined.
I'm excited for that.
Post Malone is opening a venue. Now it's going to be in Nashville. I've been to Nashville. That was sort of the first sort of international trip that I ever took on my own because my friend was living there, and also Memphis is very close to Nashville, and I always had a dream to go to Graceland, which I did, and it was amazing. But Nashville, I'm sorry, what a hole.
Really?
There's nothing to do. There's nothing to do. There's no one around. In fact, that almost goes for every American city/town I've ever seen.
With Nashville, I remember our friend Jonathan Brown telling me it was a great watering hole. There was great places to drink. He'd have big nights there.
No,
obviously you weren't there doing that, but did you find that or no?
No. That you're thinking of New Orleans, and he was there during the big time, like the big Mardi Gras or whatever it is.
No, he went to a footy trip years and years and years ago in Nashville. Maybe it's changed over the years.
Well, there was nothing going on. Having said that, I was in bed and ordering Uber Eats by 7:30. Right. So it might be my problem. But Post Malone is giving them something to smile about. It's going to be a huge area where you can eat and drink and have some fun, which, frankly, Nashville needs.
Entering his hospo era. Good on him.
I think it's really good, but there's a long tradition of that sort of thing. I remember Bruce Willis and Sylvester Stallone and somebody else huge in the 80s had a chain of restaurants like this called Planet Hollywood. Do you remember?
I do.
They went bust. Brooke Shields. You know, one of the greatest comparisons happened to me this week. I dyed my eyebrows.
Yeah.
And I posted a photograph of me with the dye on, looking like an angry bird.
Yes, I saw that.
I lost count of the comments that said, "Hey, you look like Brooke Shields."
And you weren't even wearing your Brooke Shields-inspired Specsavers glasses.
Well, I think I was wearing the Mark II, the version 2 of them, which I've got on today. So still the Aviator, but not exactly the same as hers.
Okay.
Anyway, she appeared on a podcast where she spoke of Meghan Markle and how they had met previously at a big conference, an International Women's Day sort of deal. And she said, Katie Couric was the... remember Katie Couric?
Katie Couric?
Hey, I'm Katie Couric, reporting live. She was the facilitator, and Brooke says, Katie asks the first question to Meghan, and she talks about how at 11 she was already advocating for women with that story that she has trotted out 1,000 times.
Any
about
chance she gets.
Writing a letter
God.
about an ad. It's like, come on.
You're 11. Go and play. Go find a friend. Don't be writing into TV stations.
And also, I'm sorry, if your peak of advocacy for women and feminism occurred when you were in grade 5, take a good hard look at yourself about what you've done for the last, do you know what I mean? Where did you go from there? Anyway, Brooke agrees with me. And she says, it was just too precious. And I was like, they're not going to want to sit here for 45 minutes and listen to anybody be so precious and serious. So Brooke said, excuse me, I've got to interrupt you there for a minute. I wasn't trying to be rude, she said, But I wanted it to be funny because it was so serious. And you've tracked down some of the audio.
Because I love Brooke Shields and that woman knows how to hold a crowd. So this took place in March of last year. Have a listen, Swanee.
About 11 years old, and I had seen a commercial on TV. It said, women all over America are fighting greasy pots and pans. And the boy said, yeah, that's where women belong, in the kitchen. And at 11, I just found that infuriating and wrote lots of letters and put pen to paper, and they ended up changing the commercial.
This is one of the ways we're very different. When I was 11, I was playing a prostitute.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
Hey, it's 3 o'clock, right?
Yeah.
Have you heard about this guy in Sunbury in Victoria?
No, what's happened?
So he's turned up to a school, right, and stolen some equipment, which is very naughty because Lord knows the schools need that equipment.
What a dog. $5,000
worth of computer equipment.
And let me guess, he's already been granted bail.
Political. $5,000 worth of computer equipment. What's that, like one laptop?
No, I reckon the ones that they roll out in school, that's probably 4 laptops.
Yeah, true. Actually, no, here it is. It's 3 laptops.
Okay.
But the interesting thing is he got his loot and then instead of just quickly slinking off in his Holden Commodore,
yeah,
he did a dance. He ripped out some moves to this song. Some action. Yes, the boss.
He must have been on
Trying
some good
to write
stuff.
This book. That is a very interesting choice because he was dancing in the dark. I mean, it's factual. If I was to steal $5,000 worth of school equipment, I would play this. Just me under the lights in the car park.
And I'd be driving the getaway car for you, Swanee.
Yes,
I'd be in the RAV.
Yes, you would.
If I were to steal, purely because it starts where I could run, I'd be Alicia Beth Moore's Just Like a Pill.
Oh, my God. I tell you what, they'd hear those 2 songs and they'd never guess it was us.
Ever. Swanee, we're extremely excited because Katy Perry is in our country. She kicks off her Lifetimes tour tonight in Sydney. She's been seen feeding a tiger, hanging out at a shopping centre in Western Sydney. And our man Scudder, our resident DJ, has put together a mega mix to get everyone excited for the show tonight.
I can't wait for this.
Same, I'm excited. And next, 13, 24, 10, we are playing a round of Chrissy's Quizzy if you would like a limited edition bum bag.
The Chrissy Swan Show. The Chrissy Swan Show.
Let's give away a bum bag.
Chrissy's Quizzy.
Michaela.
Hello.
Michaela, do you get tired of people putting the E before the A on your name?
Well, I actually spelled my name with 3 A's, Makayla. So it's a bit of a unique spelling.
Oh, M-A-K. So it's Kayla with an M-I on the top.
Michaela with an N-A on the top.
I don't understand what you're saying. All right, let's go to Hayley.
Hi.
Hey, Hayley. Are you ready to win this bum bag?
I am. Ready to
go. Let's do it. Do you spell your name in a different way?
Oh, just ordinary. H-Y-L-E-Y.
Great.
You know, nothing fun.
I
Thanks to my
understand
parents.
that.
Yeah.
Your names are your buzzers, Michaela and Hayley. It's the best of 5, meaning the first person to get 3 right gets the bum bag. Question number 1. Post Malone is planning to open an entertainment centre. Yes, Michaela?
Nashville.
Correct. Question number 2. In the world of travelling, what does B&B stand for?
Hayley.
Yes, Hayley?
Bed and breakfast.
Yes. Could you think of anything worse than just Gwen, whose house you're staying in? Good morning. I've bought you a little scone and some cream Devonshire today.
I mean, thank God
Yummy.
Airbnb came around and sort of defined what B&B is.
Correct.
They saved us from those interactions with Gwen.
Hello, self-check-in.
Yeah.
I love you. Question number 3. Angelina Jolie is celebrating her 50th birthday today. Name just one film that she's appeared in.
Michaela.
Yes, Michaela?
Maleficent.
Yes. God, I loved that, but it was terrifying.
Alrighty, we're currently 2 points to Michaela, 1 to Hayley. Question number 4 is for the win, Michaela.
Monaco or Monaco, I never know how to pronounce it, is found in which European country?
Michaela.
Yes, Michaela?
France.
It is in France. I thought it was its own thing, but I don't know very much about... Yeah, I think it's its own country anyway. I'm not that good at geography. You've got the bum bag, my love.
Yay, thank you so much.
You are so welcome. We're also going to send you both a $100 prize pack from Dermal Therapy.
Oh, thank you so much.
There's
so welcome.
much in that. You're going to lose your mind.
Now, Swanee, next on the line, someone is joining us. You've been watching a bit of morning television.
I sure have, and I was shook. I was shook by what Dr. Chris Brown had to say.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
And look, I'll explain why he's here, but he doesn't have a lot of time. He's a very busy man. Please welcome to the show, Dr. Chris Brown. Hello.
Oh, good afternoon. Hello.
Oh, you're speaking quietly. Are you somewhere very important like Parliament House or something?
I would love to say yes, that my importance is such that I've been called before the lower house. No,
well, you're with us. You are in the lower house. I'm going to be honest with you. Now, I will not keep you, but I read an article which alarmed me. You appeared on Sunrise this week, and you said something about tennis balls and dogs that has shooketh me, in the words of Sabrina Carpenter. Can you please repeat it?
Yeah, I mean, I guess understandably you were shaken by this, Chrissy Swan, because for a lot of dogs, ball is life. They worship the ball god. Like they need balls and lots of them in their lives.
Yes.
And so the thing about tennis balls is they're really bad for them. So, and yes, part of it is because people have really active dogs. Sometimes they just go to the dog park and just throw a tennis ball for 20 minutes, and that's pretty extreme on their joints. So a lot of dogs get early onset arthritis.
And
so
they lose their teeth, you said, from the fuzz on them.
It's the teeth that's actually the biggest problem with them. So actual pure tennis balls, they're designed to be hit by your Novak Djokovic's, your Andy Murray's, your Leighton Hewitts as a callback.
Not Murphy the Cavoodle. I get it.
Yeah, so the fibres are actually incredibly tough and incredibly abrasive to be able to handle being bounced and hit on hard courts.
You shocked me with that news and others, but the title that came up, the super that came across, also was intriguing. It said, "I'm a vet and I would never ... Obviously, throw a tennis ball, feed your dog more than once a day."
Yes.
And pluck ear hairs. Did I read that right?
You did. You've got to be careful how you say that one. But that's right. So feeding twice a day or 3 times a day, it's not good for their blood sugar levels, and it actually has shown premature aging signs. But the other one about the ear hair is that, as a cavoodle owner, they get very hairy ears. Anything with a poodle in it, all the oodles have very hairy, fluffy ears, and the temptation is to pluck that hair out, thinking it helps to avoid ear infections. It actually does the opposite. So you actually you create ear infections because you make these tiny little holes in the ear itself, in the ear canal itself, by pulling the hair out of there, and that's where the bugs get in and cause infections. But a lot of groomers do that. I've been guilty of it over the years as a vet in the vet clinic. But it's now been shown to not be good for their ears.
Dr. Chris Brown, back to the only feeding your dog once a day. Is there Ozempic for dogs yet?
You know what? There's not, but it must be a matter of days before we are suddenly. That's our busiest. That would be our busiest thing.
It would.
Yeah, I reckon it's about half of all dogs are overweight. And so they'll be queuing up.
You should release your own range of Ozempic for dogs by Dr. Chris Brown. That would go off.
We never had this conversation. I am trademarking that.
Thank you so much for joining us in your busy schedule, Dr. Chris Brown, humping dog face. I love you. Bye.
always humping dog face. Goodbye.
Bye.
Swanee, should we play a round of that? I'm a and I would never.
I couldn't think of anything more fun. I want to hear from I'm a hairdresser and I would never buy supermarket shampoo and why. I'm a plumber and I would never buy the expensive taps. Give us your tips from a person in the know.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
I mean, is Guy Sebastian ready to hand over the mantle of Pop King to his very own son? I think so.
Why? What's happening there?
Oh, my God, he's written the most extraordinary song.
Really?
Extraordinary, yes. And he's like 11 or something.
Oh,
Crazy.
wow.
You are listening to the Chrissy Swan Show on Nova. This is get a pen and paper because this is like the ultimate community service announcement. Dr. Chris Brown, the vet, was on Sunrise the other day, and I saw, you know how they have the subtitle, like the strips, the explainers on them.
Yeah.
And it said, I'm a vet and I would never. And I thought, that is interesting because nobody knows more about animals than him, and he would never throw a tennis ball for his dog, which was news to me, or feed his dog more than once a day, which is also news to me.
Yes.
And I thought, God, there must be so many professionals around just looking at us going, you idiots.
Yeah.
I do this for a living and I would never do what you do. And we've got them on the line. Hello, Sal. Sally.
Hello.
Hello. So what are you and what would you never do?
I'm a cleaner and I would never use bleach or toxic chemicals.
Wow. Okay. See, Jack is ready to walk out of the studio. So what should we be using? I'm a Co girl myself.
Yes, well, Co's really good, but a much cheaper option is think of the one product in your house that cleans everything spotlessly,
Vinegar.
which is dishwashing liquid.
Dishwashing liquid, but isn't that toxic? No.
Well, you can buy the Earth's Choice, the natural option.
What? So you use dishwashing liquid on toilets, benches?
Yep, everything.
Wow.
Mold, everything.
And you've on mould, and you've been a cleaner for 3 decades.
Yes, I have.
Sally, does that dishwashing liquid, though, kill the bacteria and the germs? That's what I'm really big on, knowing, even though it looks clean.
You're eating off your dinner plates that you've washed it in. Don't you think that would kill you?
Yeah, I mean, you got me there. Never thought of it like that. You're spot on.
Jack, don't embarrass yourself. Don't fight with someone that's been doing this for 30 years.
Sally, we're going to send you a $100 prize pack from Dermal Therapy. Mark, what's your profession?
I worked in a milk factory and distribution centre for a very long time, and I would never drink manufactured milk.
What do you mean? Where are you getting your milk from, Mark?
Straight out of the cow. Like, I grew up on a dairy farm, and I've got a friend who's still a farmer, and that's where I get my milk.
Mark, come on. I can't have a cow. I'd need a special permit from my Killjoy Council.
Mark, cows is the best milk on wheel, bottle fed on it when we're babies, and we're fit and strong and healthy. And
Hey,
that's the best way to have it.
I completely agree with this, Mark. I grew up with some family that are dairy farmers. But for us city slickers that don't have access to a moo-moo in our backyard, what should we be doing? What do we drink?
Yeah, I don't know, powdered milk maybe, I don't know.
Cheers, Mark.
You actually can get unhomogenized milk. You
Okay.
can, but really hard to find.
Mark, I am going
And
to...
they also...
Yeah, you
They
go.
also have like Cleopatra's bath milk and that sort of thing you can get, which is just fresh milk. They're just renaming it.
Yeah, exactly. You can do a little Google and find that out.
I'm going to send you a double pass to The Materialists, a rom-com in cinemas June 11, Mark.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Good on you, Marky Mark. Hello, Eve. What are you and what would you never do?
Hello, I'm a speech therapist and I would never talk to a child like a baby.
Okay. Can you give us an example of talking to a child like a baby?
I guess like, oh, do you want your little water bottle, like your gummy bears? Or
Okay, so what? No, I love this because I never spoke to my children any differently. My friends used to think I was crazy. They're like, they don't understand what you're saying. And I'm like, I can't talk to them any differently.
Yeah.
And I think it's paid off because they're all very articulate and, you know, all of that. So what are the ramifications of people that kind of naturally do that to little kids?
Well, I guess the kids learn language and speech from listening to others. So I guess if you're like modelling that sort of language and speech, then kids will start speaking like that themselves.
And you see that on a clinical level in your practice. Oh,
100%.
wow.
Has Evie been a good girl? Does she want to go to the movies and have a double pass to The Materialists in cinemas June 11?
Yes, please.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
Let's go clicking.
Chrissy's Clickbait.
I just love a celebrity that is happy to give away their secrets and happy to give away their instructions.
Has Brittany told us what she's on?
Not yet. But if I ask Curtis Stone, what is that blah blah you're using? And he says it's this. I just feel like I've won the lotto.
Yeah. Yeah.
TikToker Rachel Leary must have thought it was a long shot to ask the beautiful Kylie Jenner how to get the exact same buzzies as her. But she was...
Please, can you just tell us what it is that you asked for when you had your boobs done? You have got what I am looking to have done. It's the most perfect natural looking boob job ever.
The most natural, perfect looking boob job ever.
Also, is that Charlie XCX moonlighting as Rachel?
It sounds like it, doesn't it? It sounds... Kylie Jenner has heard this plea and she has answered the following. 445cc, moderate profile, half under the muscle, silicone, Garth Fisher. Hope this helps.
Good on her.
Garth Fisher's obviously the surgeon, is that right?
Yeah, we've seen him on Keeping Up with the Kardashians before. I think he might have done Chris's first facelift.
Right. Well, he's been usurped, hasn't he?
I know.
445cc. I'm guessing that's the volume in the implant?
The cup size. Yeah, and the volume, yep.
Moderate profile. What's that mean?
I'm not sure what moderate profile means.
Maybe not sticking out too much.
The perkiness.
And then half under muscle. I know that under or over muscle is a thing. I've never heard of half.
A big convo. I didn't know you could do half.
There you go. That must be the secret. Good on her.
Love that we're entering an era of people, especially people like the Kardashians, these big celebrities, not gatekeeping what they had done. I think it's really important, and it's just we can see what you've done, Kylie. Tell us, and she just says it.
That is a very handy recipe for Rachel Leary to take to her surgeon.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Let's move on to new music. I'm excited. I love new music. And tomorrow is our Baker's Delight Fresh Fridays. May or may not be featuring something that I'm about to talk about.
But tomorrow's Thursday, Swanee. We've got 2 more days of work.
Oh my God! I thought tomorrow was Friday.
I know. I hate when that happens.
Oh, God. Anyway, no, all right. Turn that frown upside down. In 2 days, we do our Baker's Delight Fresh Fridays, and one of these may be featured. Sabrina Carpenter has announced overnight she's releasing a new single called Man Child. I think it's about time. I just can't get enough. The last one we had was that, Busy Woman?
Yeah, Busy Woman. But I've just realised with Man Child, Swanee, you're probably about to get to this, but the fact she has posted it to Twitter saying, this one's about you.
Yes.
Does that mean she's talking about your mate?
I think so.
With his piggy little eyes?
Yes, from...
Barry Keoghan?
Barry Keoghan from Saltburn.
Wow.
Unless No, yes, that's exactly what she's saying. That is exactly what she's saying, and I can't wait for it. Also, Ed Sheeran, everyone's favourite redhead, is dropping a new song on Friday as well. Now, I do not have a grab of Sabrina Carpenter's, but we do have a little sneaky peeky of the new Ed.
It's called Sapphire.
Floating like fireworks in the sky. Sapphire. Touching your body, but you're pushing on me. Don't you in the party? I could do this all week.
Well,
Azizam
was inspired. It had a Persian inspiration behind it.
I feel like maybe this album is just one Persian one, one sad one, one Persian one, one sad one. Maybe after Sapphire, we're going to get another sad one like Old Phone.
Oh, yeah, God, but don't we love getting sad to that?
I do love a sad song, though, don't you? That Sapphire sounds fun and up, though. I love it, too.
I'm excited for that. And I also heard on Smallsy the other night, Swanee, that Ed confirmed he's coming to Australia next year.
I know, start of 2026. I've never seen him. Oh, yes, I have seen him. I've seen him live once.
I've not. Maybe we should go.
At the Sydney Opera House. And it was back when it was just him and a loop machine.
That's epic.
It was amazing. Yeah, incredible.
That's us done, Swanee. Have a beautiful night. Our good mates Ricky Lee, Tim and Joel are up next.
I'll be crying in the corner because it's not Thursday.
Now check this out.
The Chrissy Swan Show is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.